Nailing an HR interview is the first step to getting your dream job. But how do you make your answers stand out? Well, you're in the right place. Hey everyone, welcome back to Simplilearn's YouTube channel where we share all the best career tips and advice to help you succeed. Now, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out any of our new videos. In this video, we are covering the top 35 most common HR interview questions. These questions might seem straightforward, but they are not just about listing your skills. They are designed to show who you are, how you approach problems, and if you would be a good fit for the company or not. We will walk you through each question, give you practical tips, and share sample answers to help you get prepared. And by the end of this video, you will feel confident and ready to shine in your next HR interview. Question number 1. Can you tell me about yourself? Now, this is the first question in almost every interview, and it's your chance to set a positive tone right away. The interviewer is looking for a brief but impactful introduction. You want to mention your background, skills, and passion for the role. Let's have a look at a sample answer. I'm a recent graduate with a degree in computer science. During my internship at Amazon, I worked on a project that improved the speed of an e-commerce website, which increased user satisfaction by 15%. I'm passionate about technology and I love solving problems. I'm also excited to bring my coding skills and enthusiasm to a company that values innovation. By keeping this answer short and sweet, you're giving just the right amount of information to show who you are without overwhelming the interviewer. So now that we have covered your intro, let's move on to a question that helps the interviewer understand why you are interested in this job. Question number 2. Why do you want to work for our company? This question tests whether you have done your homework and if your goal aligns with the company's vision. It's not just about the job. It's about why this company. So let's have a look at a sample answer. The answer could be something like, I've been following your company for a while, and I'm really impressed by the innovative products you have launched, especially your efforts in, and then you can mention a project or initiative. Your company's commitment to the core value aligns with my passion for, you can name any personal value, and I believe my skills in this field will contribute to your success. I would love to be a part of a team that's focused on growth and making a difference. Now, by tying your personal values to the company's mission, you show that you're genuinely interested in the job and prepared for the responsibilities. So now, let's dive into a question that helps the interviewer understand your self-awareness. Question number 3. What are your greatest strengths and weaknesses? This question might seem tricky, but it's all about balance. You need to highlight your strength and also acknowledge weakness, showing you're willing to improve. So let's look at a sample answer for strength. You can say that one of my strengths is my ability to break down complex problems into manageable parts. For example, in my last role, I identified an issue with our software's user interface and proposed a new design which improved user engagement by 20%. I'm also a quick learner and always willing to take on this. A sample answer for weakness would be like, I sometimes find it challenging to delegate tasks because I like to ensure everything is done to a high standard. However, I've been improving this by trusting my team more and focusing on the bigger picture. For example, during a group project, I assigned more responsibilities to others, which allowed us to finish ahead of the schedule. By offering specific examples, you provide context for your strengths and weaknesses, making your answer more relatable. Speaking of moving forward, let's talk about where you see yourself in the future. Question number 4. Where do you want to see yourself in 5 years? This question helps the interviewer gauge your ambition and whether your goal aligns with the company's long-term plans. It's not just about where you want to be, but how your vision fits with the company's future. Now, to answer this, you can say like, in 5 years, I see myself in a leadership role, managing a team and contributing to strategic projects. I want to deepen my expertise, and you can name a specific skill or field. And I'm excited to help your company expand and innovate in this area. I'm eager to grow with the company and contribute to its long-term success. Now, this answer shows your ambition while highlighting that you see the company as a place where you can grow. Now, let's switch gears and talk about what makes you stand out from other candidates. Question number 5. Why should we hire you? This is your chance to sell yourself. The interviewer wants to know what sets you apart and how your skills make you the perfect fit for the job. Let's look at a sample answer. Your answer could be that I bring a unique combination of technical expertise and strong communication skills. Let's say, for example, in my last job, I led a project where I collaborated with both the tech team and clients to create a software solution that improved productivity by 25%. I believe my ability to communicate complex ideas simply would make me a great asset to your team. Now, by saying this, you have highlighted your strength. Now, let's discuss a question that helps interviewers understand your teamwork skills. Question number 6. Can you tell me about a time when you worked in a team? Now, teamwork is a key part for most jobs, and this question is designed to access how well you collaborate with others. Sample answer. In my last role, I worked with a team of designers and developers to create a new website for a client. We had tight deadlines and there were some communication gaps at first. I stepped up to organize weekly meetings to ensure everyone was on the same page. And we managed to deliver the project on time, exceeding the client's expectations. Highlighting your leadership in a team setting shows your ability to step up when needed. Now, let's talk about a skill that's just as important as handling feedback. Question number 7. How do you handle criticism? This question is about showing emotional intelligence. The interviewer wants to know if you take feedback positively and if you use it to grow. Let's look at a sample answer. You can say I believe criticism is a valuable tool for improvement. Once my supervisor gave me feedback on a report I had written saying it lacked clarity. I took that feedback seriously, asked for specific examples, and then worked to improve my writing. Since then, my reports have been more focused and received positive feedback. Showing that you can handle criticism with maturity will definitely leave a positive impression. Next, let's talk about how you stay organized when juggling multiple tasks. Question number 8. How do you prioritize your work? This is a time management question. Employers want to see how you handle multiple tasks without dropping the ball. You can say I use a combination of tools to stay organized. For example, I create a to-do list at the start of each day, prioritizing tasks by deadline and importance. When I worked on multiple client projects at once, I set up reminders and blocked time for each to make sure I stayed on track. This helped me deliver all the projects on time and to the client's satisfaction. This answer shows that you're organized and have a strategy for staying on top of the task. Now let's discuss what motivates you to do your best work. Question number 9. What motivates you? This question helps the interviewer understand what drives you to succeed. It's a chance for you to connect your motivation with the role you're applying for. I'm motivated by the challenges and the opportunity to learn new things. For example, when I was tasked with improving the company's SEO ranking, I did extensive research and implemented strategies that led to a 20% increase in organic traffic. The satisfaction of seeing results from my hard work keeps me motivated. Aligning your motivation with the role shows that you are a good fit for the job. Now, let's dive into a tricky question that many people worry about, which is salary expectations. Question number 10. What are your salary expectations? Salary discussions can be awkward, but with preparation, you can handle this confidently. Now, to answer this, you can say that based on my research and the industry standards for this role, I believe a fair salary range would be, and you can insert your salary range. However, I'm open to discussing this further once I have a better understanding of the full compensation package and the responsibilities of the role. Now, by providing a flexible answer, you show that you're reasonable and willing to negotiate. So now that we have covered these important questions, you are ready to tackle anything that comes your way in your interview. Let's move on to question number 11, which is, tell me about a time when you showed leadership skills. This question accesses your leadership potential even if you're not applying for a managerial position. Leadership can be shown in many ways, from taking initiative in a team project to handling a crisis. To answer this, you can say that in my previous role as a project coordinator, we were working on a tight deadline for a product launch. A key team member fell ill, and I stepped up to ensure the project stayed on track. I reallocated tasks, provided support to each team member, and communicated with stakeholders to keep them updated. The launch was successful, and we even completed it a day ahead of the schedule. Leadership can come in many forms. Now, let's talk about how you approach conflict resolution, a key skill in any workplace. Question number 12. Can you tell me about a time when you disagreed with a decision at work? Now, disagreements are common, but how you handle them can show your problem solving and communication skills. Interviewers want to see that you can handle differences in opinion professionally. Let me give you a sample answer for this question. You can say that during a team project, I disagreed with the approach to market research. Instead of just disagreeing, I suggested an alternative method that would be more cost effective and provide deeper insights. We had a discussion and my approach was implemented, which led to a better response rate from our target audience. Now, disagreements can often lead to better solutions when handled well. Next, let's discuss how you manage workplace pressure. Question number 13. How do you manage stress at work? Workplace stress is inevitable, and this question explores your coping mechanism. It's important to show that you can handle pressure while staying productive. Let's look at a sample answer. You can say that when I feel stressed, I take a moment to access the situation. I break down the task into smaller steps and prioritize the most urgent ones. For example, when I was working on a project with tight deadlines, I used a time management tool to allocate specific time blocks to each task, which helped me to stay focused and calm. Showing you can manage stress efficiently is a strong point in any interview. Now, let's talk about working with difficult people. Question number 14. How do you handle working with difficult people? Now, working with challenging colleagues is a part of any job, and interviewers want to know how you approach these situations. Let's look at a sample answer for this question. When working with someone difficult, I try to understand their perspective. For example, I once worked with a colleague who was very detail-oriented and often delayed decisions because he wanted everything to be perfect. I suggested that we establish clear deadlines and prioritize tasks together, which helped us move forward without compromising quality. Handling difficult people with empathy shows emotional intelligence. Next, let's talk about how you set and achieve goals at work. Question number 15. Can you describe a time when you had to meet a goal that seemed impossible? This question is designed to access your perseverance and determination. It's about showing how you overcame challenges to achieve success. Let's look at a sample answer. During a product launch, our team was given an almost impossible goal to generate 500 leads within a month. I broke the goal into weekly targets, delegated tasks based on strength, and tracked our progress. By the end of the month, we surpassed the goal, generating 600 leads. Achieving tough goals demonstrate your work ethic. Now, let's talk about how you keep your skills up to date. Question number 16. How do you stay updated with the latest trends in your field? In a fast-paced world, continuous learning is key. This question tests your commitment to stay ahead in your career and keeping up with industry changes. Let's look at a sample answer. I stay updated by subscribing to industry blogs, attending webinars, and taking online courses. Recently, I completed a course on, you can mention a specific skill, which helped me to stay top of new development in my field. I also enjoyed networking with industry peers to exchange ideas and best practices. Being proactive in your learning is essential. Now let's discuss how you balance work and personal life. Question number 70. How do you maintain a work-life balance? Work-life balance is crucial for long-term productivity and well-being. Interviewers want to see that you can manage both the aspects effectively. The sample answer for this question could be, I prioritize time management and try to set boundaries for my work hours. For example, I make sure to finish most of my tasks during work hours so that I can disconnect and enjoy my personal time. I also schedule regular breaks throughout the day to stay refreshed and avoid burnout. Work life balance shows you are self aware and know how to maintain productivity. Now, let's talk about a tricky question: your biggest failure. Question number 18: can you tell me about a time when you failed at something and how you handled it? Everyone makes mistakes. This question is to see if you take responsibility and learn from your experiences. Let's look at a sample answer. When I first started in my previous job, I missed an important deadline because I overestimated how much I could accomplish. I immediately took responsibility for the mistake, apologized to my manager, and put together a new plan to ensure it wouldn't happen again. I also learned to communicate better when I need help or more time. Owing up to your mistakes and learning from them shows maturity. Now let's talk about a skill that everyone values: time management. Question number 19: how do you manage multiple projects with competing deadlines? This question is all about your ability to prioritize and stay organized when faced with multiple responsibilities. I use a combination of to-do list and project management software to keep track of all my tasks. When I have competing deadlines, I access which tasks are more urgent and important. Let's say, for example, during a busy period, I worked on 3 client projects simultaneously by breaking them into smaller tasks and setting daily goals. Effective time management shows that you're organized and able to work efficiently. Let's discuss a question about working independently. Question number 20. Do you prefer working alone or in a team? This question helps the interviewer understand how you work best. Most jobs require both independent and teamwork, so your answer should reflect your ability to do both. I enjoy both. I thrive when working independently, especially on tasks that require deep focus, like researching and writing reports. However, I also love collaborating with team, particularly in brainstorming sessions where different perspectives lead to innovative ideas. For example, during a group project, I worked independently on the data analysis but collaborated with the team to come up with the final presentation. Now, by showing that you can adapt to both the environments, you demonstrate flexibility. Now, let's end this section with a question about your long-term commitment to the company. Question number 21. How do you plan your stay with us if hired? This question asks whether you're committed to the company for the long term or if you might jump ship soon after getting hired. I see myself working with your company for the long term. I'm looking for a role where I can grow and contribute over the years. If hired, I would love to develop my skills, take on new challenges, and be part of the company's continued success. These questions are crucial for accessing your decision-making, adaptability, and future goals. Practice answering these questions using real examples from your past experiences. This will show interviewers your problem-solving abilities, time management skills, and passion for personal growth. Let's move on to our next question. Question number 22. How do you handle a situation where you don't know the answer to a question? Now, this question tests how you deal with uncertainty and your willingness to learn. It's important to demonstrate that you are resourceful and confident in finding solutions. Let's look at a sample answer. If I don't know the answer to something, I stay calm and access the situation. I'll either take time to research the answer or ask for guidance from someone more experienced. For example, during a project at my last job, I encountered a software issue that was new to me. Now, instead of guessing, I reached out to a senior team member who showed me the right approach. I quickly applied it and I was able to resolve the issue within the same day. This answer shows problem solving and willingness to learn. Now, let's talk about how you handle change in workplace. Question number 23. How do you handle change in the workplace? Adaptability is crucial in today's ever-changing work environment. Employers want to see how you embrace new challenges and adjust to shifts in direction. Let's look at a sample answer. I believe change presents an opportunity to grow. When my team switched to a new project management tool, I took the initiative to learn it quickly and even helped train my colleagues. I see change as a chance to improve processes and find better solutions, which benefits both me and the company. Now, showing that you're flexible and proactive about change will set you apart. Let's move on to how you deal with conflict in workplace. Question number 24. Can you describe me a time when you disagreed with a decision at work? This is a great question to demonstrate your communication and negotiation skills. Employers want to know how you handle differences of opinion in a constructive way. Let's look at a sample answer. At my previous job, I disagreed with a decision regarding the timing of a product launch. I felt it was too rushed and could affect quality. Instead of just voicing my concerns, I suggested a revised timeline with clear reasons for the delay. After a discussion with the team, we agreed on more feasible timeline, which led to a smoother launch and better feedback from customers. Handling disagreements professionally shows maturity and teamwork. Let's talk about your approach to stress management at work. Question number 25. How do you manage stress at work? Stress is a natural part of any job, and employers want to see that you can manage it effectively without it affecting your work performance. So let's look at a sample answer. When I'm stressed, I take a step back and break down the task into smaller, more manageable pieces. For example, during a busy project, I made a list of tasks and prioritized them by urgency. I also take short breaks to recharge, which help me stay focused and calm under pressure. Managing stress shows that you're organized and composed. Next, let's discuss a situation where you had to make a difficult decision at work. Question number 26. Can you describe a time when you had to make a difficult decision? Decision making is a key to any role. This question helps the interviewer understand your process while facing tough situations. Let's look at a sample answer. When we were deciding between two software solutions, one was cheaper but less reliable, and the other one was more expensive but had a proven track record. I consulted with the team, analyzed both the options, and recommended the more reliable software. The decision led to smoother operations and cost savings in the long run. Showing that you can manage tough decisions with thought and analysis reflects good judgment. Let's talk about how you stay organized when managing multiple projects. Question number 27. How do you prioritize tasks when managing multiple responsibilities? This is a classic time management question. Employers want to know how you juggle competing priorities and ensure everything gets done. Let's look at a sample answer. I use project management tools to help me stay organized. When managing multiple projects, I create a list of tasks for each project, assign deadlines, and prioritize by urgency. I also set weekly goals so I know exactly what I need to focus on. This method helped me successfully manage 3 simultaneous projects and meet all the deadlines. Staying organized is crucial, and it's great that you have a system in place. Next, let's talk about what motivates you to perform well at work. Question number 28. How do you stay productive during a long-term project? This question asks how you maintain focus and keep moving forward when working on projects that take time and effort. It's important to show that you can stay engaged and deliver results without burning out. Let's look at a sample answer. When working on long-term projects, I break the project down into smaller manageable tasks. I create milestones to track my progress and celebrate small wins along the way. For example, during a 6-month product development project, I created weekly checkpoints where I reviewed what was completed, identified and roadblocks, and made adjustments. This helped me stay motivated and productive throughout the project, ensuring I meet all the deadlines. By demonstrating your ability to maintain productivity over time, you show that you're organized and committed to seeing a project through the completion. Question number 29. How do you handle failure in a professional setting? Failure is inevitable, but how you react to it can demonstrate your character. Interviewers want to know if you can handle setbacks and learn from them. Let's look at a sample answer. When I encounter failure, I take ownership of my mistakes and focus on what I can learn from the experience. Let's say, for example, I once missed a deadline because I underestimated the time required for task. I immediately took responsibility, adjusted my planning for future tasks, and developed a strategy to ensure I never missed deadline again. Owning your mistakes and learning from them is crucial for personal growth. Question number 30. How do you manage multiple deadlines? This question tests your ability to balance different projects and manage your time effectively under pressure. Let's look at a sample answer. When I'm faced with multiple deadlines, I break the task down into smaller steps and create a timeline. I prioritize tasks based on urgency and impact. For example, during a busy period, I worked on 3 client projects by dedicating time to each one and meeting with my team to stay aligned to our goals. I also used reminder tools to stay on track. Managing multiple deadlines efficiently shows you're organized and proactive. Now, let's discuss your approach to teamwork. Question number 31. Do you prefer working alone or in a team? This question is all about how well you work with others and whether you're comfortable working independently when needed. Let's look at a sample answer. I enjoy both. I thrive when working independently, especially when I need to focus deeply on a task such as research. However, I also enjoy team projects because I believe that collaborating with others bring out the best ideas. For example, during a project, I work independently on analysis, but our brainstorming sessions as a team led to a stronger final result. Flexibility in working both independently and in teams is important quality. Question number 32. Why are you looking for a new job? This question is to understand your motivation for seeking new opportunities and to ensure that you are leaving for the right reasons. Let's look at a sample answer. I'm looking for new challenges and opportunities for growth. I have enjoyed my time at a current job, but I feel that I have reached at a point where I'm ready to take on new responsibilities. I believe this role aligns perfectly with my career aspirations and will allow me to continue growing. Explaining your reasons for seeking a new job in a positive way shows professionalism. Question number 33. How do you set long-term career goals? This question is about understanding how you plan your future and how you envision your professional journey. Let's look at the sample answer. I set long-term goals by first identifying where I want to be in 5 years and then breaking that down into smaller, achievable steps. For example, I want to become a team leader, so I'm currently focused on developing my leadership skill by taking on more responsibilities in team projects and participating in management training programs. Setting clear career goals demonstrate focus and ambition. Now, let's talk about how you handle disagreements at work. Question number 34. How do you handle disagreements with a colleague or manager? Disagreements are inevitable, and this question evaluates how well you handle them professionally and resolve them constructively. Let's look at a sample answer. When I disagree with a colleague or manager, I first make sure I understand their perspective fully. I approach the situation calmly and try to find a solution that benefits both the parties. For example, during a project, I disagreed with a team member about the direction we should take. I suggested we need to discuss our ideas and we ended up combining both approaches, which worked out well for the project. Handling disagreements respectfully shows your communication and problem-solving skills. Question number 35. How do you stay motivated in challenging situations? This question helps the interviewer understand your resilience and ability to stay motivated even when things get tough. Let's look at a sample answer. I stay motivated by focusing on the end goal. For example, when working on a project that had constant setbacks, I reminded myself of the impact it would have on the company and my team. I broke the project into smaller milestones, celebrated small wins, and kept pushing forward. And there you have it, 35 essential HR interview questions, along with tips and sample answers to help you stand out in your next interview. Remember, the key to acing these questions isn't just about having the right answers. It's about showing your true self. your strength, and how well you fit in the company's culture. By practicing these answers and relating them to your own experience, you will be able to approach your next interview with confidence and clarity. The more you prepare, the more natural and authentic you will come across in your response. Now, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such career tips. And yes, if you have any questions or want to share your own interview experience, drop them in the comment section below. I would love to hear them for you. Good luck, and here's to landing your dream job. You have got this.